Hey guys, what's up? Brandon here, coming at you with another Bad Company 2 gameplay commentary, and we're doing some more aggressive recon kind of gameplay on Laguna Presa. As is common in public servers, my team ended up losing this round, but I was able to get some decent footage from it, and got a couple decent shots, and a surprise toward the end. So let's see, just returned from a nice long weekend. I spent some time out by the pool in the 100-degree plus Texas heat, so that was fun. Also made some homemade corn dogs for 4th of July, and if you haven't done that before, I highly recommend it, and maybe throw some bacon in there, get a little crazy. You know, maybe toss some cheese in there too. Oh man, you can go wild with that stuff. So, hope you guys had a nice weekend. I know I did. So let's see, on to some gameplay discussion here. This is a pretty standard round of Rush in a public server, where you may or may not have teammates who are willing to help you get to the objective. So whether you're by yourself on your team or with a couple buddies in your squad, always be flanking. I can't tell you how many times I've circled around the enemy and come up behind them to knock out 3 or 4 guys in a row before they even realize I'm behind them. On most maps, this is also the best way to get off a bomb plant, and once you've got that first bomb planted, it's a lot easier to get the second one as well. The absolute best time to get the second bomb plant off is while the first one is ticking, because you can penetrate the enemy's defenses while the team is in disarray, trying to get that first one defused. And so I know that's probably a stupid common sense tip for most of you guys out there, but I can't tell you how often I see guys taking the same attack routes every single time. So anyway, flank early, flank often. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. In other news, a mod for COD 4 got released today called Star Wars Galactic Warfare. If you haven't checked this out, there's a YouTube video on it that I'll link. It looks really neat, and you don't have to be into Star Wars to appreciate why this is cool. The reason I think this is so awesome is because it just shows unbridled creativity, and it shows the importance of why we need mod tools and why the PC gaming community is so awesome. Because these guys liked Call of Duty 4, they like Star Wars, and they decided to make a mod that encompasses both of those things. You know, some of the best PC games in history have been mods or have spawned from mods. You look at Counter-Strike, you look at Day of Defeat, a lot of games have started as mods and started as something someone just created in their spare time for the hell of it. And I think it's unfortunate that it seems like the gaming industry as a whole is moving away from allowing players to create content and moving more towards a controlled experience where they release, you know, the downloadable content and the map packs and everything as a way to make more revenue. And so that brings me to the second thing I wanted to talk about, and that's about Battlefield 3. One of the DICE execs had an interview with a German magazine, and he said that they have no plans to add modding tools to Battlefield 3. And the reason he gave for this was that the Frostbite engine is so complex that it's going to be difficult for people to mod the game just because of the levels and the destruction and everything, that it's going to be too challenging for people to make mods for the Frostbite engine. So I'd like to know what your reaction is to this announcement. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this, but I'll let you know what my take is. I think that it's absolutely ridiculous to say something like that. To say that it's going to be too challenging for any developer outside your company to create a game on your engine is patently absurd, in my opinion. Now, I think that the real reason that we probably won't see mod tools for Battlefield 3 is because EA doesn't want to risk losing control of the distribution of downloadable content, expansion packs, new maps, and that sort of thing. I'm sure they want to tightly control as much of that as possible so that they can make as much revenue as possible, but I'm sure we'll never hear them say that in an interview. And so I really think this is kind of a shame because Battlefield has a rich modding history. If you go to Wikipedia and you look up a list of Battlefield 1942 mods, it lists over a dozen of them. And one of those mods in particular was Desert Combat, which in my opinion is one of the best mods of all time. It set Battlefield 1942 into a present-day world with jets and present-day weapons and that sort of thing. Back in the day, I actually enjoyed Desert Combat more than Battlefield 1942, and DICE actually bought Trauma Studios, who were the developers of Desert Combat, to help them work on Battlefield 2. And so I think that's pretty strong evidence that a modding community is a good thing for these games. And I'd like to stop and point out that this kill here is a double kill to stop the defuse, and I don't get those very often, so I figured I'd call it out. Multi-kills are pretty hard to come by with a sniper in regular Bad Company 2, so enjoy that one, rewind it, and maybe savor it a bit. So to cap off the modding discussion, I think it's unfortunate but not really surprising that EA isn't planning to release mod tools. But the good thing is that modders are typically pretty clever and will find a way to do what they want to do. So I'm sure that once Battlefield 3 is released, we'll probably eventually see some cool mods for it, with or without EA's blessing. So like I said earlier, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this. I know my opinion is just one of many, and so I'm curious to hear your viewpoints. Anyway, this clip's just about finished. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these videos. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys.